So
Would you hit you or, the other person playing also?
no. My dad.
No?
No, I don't know whether she hit my dad in private, but I
Well,
definitely know.
trust me, I've been married 30 years. I've had experiences myself. So,
Yeah.
but you enjoyed playing football at home.
I enjoyed playing football, and we used to watch the World Cup football every 4 years, and we used to watch the French Open, Wimbledon, US Open, and the Australian Open every year, like religion. Till today, he follows it, and he tells me whether Djokovic is playing and who's ahead in sets. Even when I'm not speaking to him, he'll call me up and he'll tell me this is what happened at the French Open. And so it's amazing how he follows sport. And he literally follows it more closely than I do because I'm shooting. So it's amazing.
Tell me one thing, what kind of a kid were you?
Very mischievous.
And you've ever gotten scolded,
Oh, yeah.
beaten up by who, mom or dad?
By mom. My father never screamed at me, but my mother did. And because my teacher said John means 24 gray hair in a day. So it was like I was this really mischievous student, and my brother was very studious. So I had to be a good boy so I don't lose plus points for my brother. So I had to really calm myself down. So in a class of 35, I used to stand 7th, 8th. So I was okay. But I used to be the athletics champion, 100 meters, 200 meters, relay,
No,
football.
we don't want to know of your accomplishments. We want to know whether you're a good boy or naughty boy.
Horrible.
Horrible.
Horrible is
But
really
your
naughty.
dad never was there any occasion where your dad scolded you?
I didn't have the guts to misbehave in front of my father.
And why is that?
I think he brought us up in a certain way because I'll tell you why. Once I said something nasty.
What do you mean by nasty?
I used an expletive when I was.
What does expletive mean?
I used a bad word which is not really bad today.
No bad words are bad, let me tell you.
Yeah, okay. And he kept me outside the house for 3 hours.
For
Outside
using
the
a
door.
bad word?
Yeah. So I stood outside the door for 3 hours and I didn't enter.
I can't ask you to use the bad word because he's sitting right here. Like he'll put us out of the ballroom right
I'm
now.
sure he'll send us out.
I'll also have to follow you. Yeah. So
So I
since
never
then-
messed in front of dad, but mom was always, you could take those liberties with mom.
But she's the hyper one.
Very hyper,
And dad is the calm one.
very calm.
And still you were afraid of dad.
Still, I was afraid of dad. Because mothers are mothers, you know.
Mothers are mothers.
Yeah.
Tell me, John, we've heard about you, about your dad, and what he means to you. It's a very, very special bond from what I can see. And we also want to hear from the man responsible for this fine young gentleman that we have today in front of us, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I now introduce you to a very, very successful architect, also an architect of the man that he has constructed over here. A humble man, a doting father, and a role model for all of us. Put your hands together for Mr. Abram. I've got a small duty to perform. All the photographers, so come right here. थोड़ा इस तरफ. We're coming. Okay, we start from here. All right? Let me go here.
It's good you're guiding dad, huh?
Look center here. Wait now, Baba, we are coming. Here now. It's a girl photographer, smile more. Here. Arey, ruk na, Baba. Now there. All right? And there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Come, daddy. Come. Listen, daddy.
Please, sir. Mr. Abram, you've been listening to us.
Yes.
Only half of it was true, or most of it was true. Could you tell us something about John and your journey with your wonderful son?
he has always been a cool boy.
He's been a cool boy. Yeah, he is cool. I mean, the way the girls say cool. I mean, but has he always been a good, obedient boy when he was a kid?
He's quite a bit.
But he says he's been mischievous.
He was mischievous, but boys have to be mischievous.
Otherwise, what's the point in having boys?
Otherwise, there's no boys. Boys have to be mischievous. But then, I'm very happy that the way he has shaped up, and he's quite responsible and focused. That's most important.
And all the values that you've instilled in him. Does he?
Well, I don't know. See, as parents, we have to just live our lives. Children just observe us and grow up. Don't have to teach them anything. one has
No
to-
preaching, basically.
No preaching, no teaching. See, in fact, I work among the handicapped children.
Right.
I know that one thing that they well deserve is we do theatre workshops among them.
All right.
They're very good at imitation. We do music training with them. They're very good at singing. We do dance. Shamak Dava helps me
Right.
in the dance classes for them. They're very good at it. All these natural instincts are there in children, basically because they are observant.
You're observant.
And
you
if you
observe.
live a clean life, they will simply follow you.
You know, it's been commonly said that children don't do what you tell them to do, they do what you do.
Exactly.
That's so true. John, very blunt question.
Yeah.
Please don't mind.
No, please.
Have you been a good son?
I've tried to be a good son. I'm not a great son. I wish I could really be a very, very good son. And
Why do you say that?
I mean, I wish I could do things better. I wish I was far more responsible. I wish I was far more conscientious.
But that's exactly the opposite of what he's saying. He's endorsed you as a conscientious, responsible, and a good boy. Why are
Right.
you saying you're not?
I still need to go that extra mile, and
Which is?
which is just be very happy with myself or in my space, which I'm not.
You're not.
Yeah, like I keep trying to push the boundaries. I'm ambitious, and at the same time, in my need to get to another level, I forget that you could be happy in the present moment. And I see my dad; he's very calm, he's very zen, and I think I need to acquire that quality of being zen.
Well said, John. There's nothing wrong in being ambitious and trying to push yourself and all of that. But I'd like to ask you another question. What is it that you regret that you can't do for your dad?
I don't know. I mean, you'd have to ask him that. I think there's a lot of stuff. that
I was
haven't done.
coming to you, Mr. Abraham. What is it that you feel that John could do better?
Well, he's doing very well. I mean, there's nothing to.
What about time spent at home?
Time as much as possible, because today's compulsions of work is such that nobody can give that much of time to everyone. But nevertheless, he gives time. Fortunate, I'm singularly fortunate that we all work together in the same building.
You work in the same building?
Same building.
Okay.
On the same floor. He has an office on one side, I have an office on the other side. So we walk into each other's office and, we have that kind of an interactive.
But what about time at home? Do you feel that,
At
that
home, because he stays separately, my younger son stays separately, but we all meet.
regularly?
Regularly.
You do find the time?
Yeah, I'll try and find the time. So I always go for food in his cabin because he's got some dry fruits here, there. So I just go keep eating something and I walk out. I need to eat 24/7.
Really?
Yeah.
I look like the one who eats 24/7. Never mind. but when he chose an unconventional career, Mr. Abraham, when he did an MBA, I asked him this question. I want to double check with you. He chose an unconventional career, took up modeling. How did you react to that?
Listen, actually in life, we all plan something, but we end up somewhere else.
Sorry, I didn't see you here. That's
We
right.
all plan something for our own lives, but
Right.
we end up somewhere else.
Right.
I came here after my BSc to work in a pharmaceutical company as a chemist probably.
Okay.
By default, I landed up in architecture college and I became an architect. And I have known doctors who have qualified and got into computers and other. So you can never say what you become. The most important thing in life is to do whatever you do it passionately, you do it with absolute sincerity.
Yeah, that's all.